Good morning, everyone. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options, coming to you with the morning market preparation video for July 3rd, 2018. So today we have a short trading day, and we have a difficult decision to make. Currently, the futures are pointing to a gap up open. Dow, as a matter of fact, is looking at gapping up more than 100 points. So that leaves us with kind of a difficult decision. Do we jump into this market ahead of a holiday, taking risk during that holiday, or adding risk and then having to come back on Thursday and be subject to whatever the market does? Let's remember that yesterday we had more than a 100-point gap down. So, and we've been seeing those almost every day in the Dow, just gap up, gap down, gap up, gap down, reverse up, gap up, reverse down, all that kind of price action. So there's no question in my mind to the fact that we could possibly see a follow through of bullishness on Thursday when the market reopens for trading, or even a substantial move lower, depending on what happens over the holiday. Also keep in mind that tariffs are set to begin on July 6th. So you would be adding risk just ahead of the possible increase in tariffs. So there we are. We have kind of a difficult decision to make. Now, yesterday I had a comment, and I was kind of criticized for having so many lines on my chart. And there's no doubt about it, there's a lot of lines on this chart. And that's really because we have a sloppy market. But I want everyone to realize that these lines do have meaning, and they're there for a reason, because they all denote some kind of level that we need to be paying attention to. So we have this low of the market to pay attention to. We have this support area to pay attention to. We have this resistance area. Whoops. Didn't mean to double line that. We have a resistance area here to pay attention to, as well as resistance that marks above. We also have trends that are putting different levels of resistance or support in these charts. And so even though it is a messy chart, please understand it's a messy market right now. And those are all of the key areas that we need to be kind of paying attention to when we plan our day. So let's keep in mind that looking at the diamonds chart here, and remember, I try to give a completely unbiased look at the markets. I'm not trying to pick a direction. I'm not trying to tell everyone that the market's going to rip higher here or go lower. That doesn't matter. What's important is that you're making decisions on quality information. So let's take a look at that. First off, let's realize that the Dow opened or closed yesterday, I should say, closed below its 200-day moving average. This morning, it will gap above. Let's not forget the fact that we've tried this a few times now, where we gap above and we find a rejection of that move up. Now, the bullish part of this is the fact that we have held this level of support in here, and this second test down in this area held just a little bit higher. So that is giving us a slight bullish edge here in the market, but we have to recognize the fact that we are still below this 50-day moving average and significant levels of resistance. Okay, so keep that in mind as you think about the market and how you want to plan your next few days of trading considering the holiday. Let's take a look at the SPY. SPY doing a little bit better than the Dow, and it has all along, holding this level of support right here. You can see as I've marked this out, there's a nice level of support right there, and this level of support has held here in the SPY, and you can see it's fairly significant how that is held. But we also have to recognize that we've broken the uptrend and we are still beneath a downtrend. Also, it's important to note that we just barely closed above the 50-day moving average on the Dow. Keep in mind that that move up has been rejected on 2 gap ups, been rejected once we hit this price resistance level. So plan your risk accordingly. However you see that, we've got the bullish slant on this that we held support twice, and now we have the bearish level up here that we have to prove that we can get through there and get through this or reclaim this uptrend. So lots of tough decisions to be made. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Now the Qs have done a really good job of holding up, and yesterday was a really nice day for the NASDAQ, rallying strongly. Particularly by the end of the day. The last half hour of trading was pretty darn strong. If you look across here, we have this breakout resistance level right here, and we've been dancing around inside that level, and we have also failed that uptrend. So we need to rally above and get above that uptrend, but we do have this resistance level to deal with. Also, on the bullish side of this NASDAQ chart, we have held the 50-day moving average twice. That is a good thing. We've tested, held onto that, but we still have the overall issues facing us that we've got to get back up through that trend, and we've got to get back above that resistance before we can really be all in bullish on this market. As a matter of fact, any rally into resistance areas, you have to watch closely for the potential of failure. That's exactly how failures create. We rally to a higher low and then we get a failure. So I'm not suggesting that we are going to fail, just that we have to recognize that as resistance and pay attention to it when we plan our trading. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM also holding up better than the Dow and the SPY. Not as much exposure to tariff risk, which is, you know, pretty expected. But we also have to recognize the fact that IWM failed its uptrend and dropped through this price support here. So any rally back could be subject to that failure up here, that lower high failure. But we have the bullish case because we've held that 50-day moving average. So, you know, you can look at these charts in really any way. If you have that bullish slant, just make sure you recognize those resistance areas. If you believe the market is overall bearish, then watch for those failure patterns to occur at or near resistance. But as I look at these, we're just kind of stuck in the middle with some really difficult decisions to make, especially ahead of a holiday. Are you going to chase this gap this morning and rush into new risk, knowing that we have significant levels of resistance above that's been rejected multiple times in both the SPYs, the diamonds, and the Qs? That's the question that you have to answer for yourself. Let's take a look at the VIX. The VIX started up yesterday with a big gap up, showing that fear maybe creeping in just a little bit. And by the end of the day with the rally, we dipped back down below this support level. That's a good thing. So we want to see that fear continuing to stay under control as we head into this holiday weekend. Well, it's not a weekend, but it seems like a weekend. This holiday where we close early today, we're closed all day Friday or Wednesday, and remember that the market reopens for trading on Thursday. So as we're dancing around here on this support and resistance area, seeing that that candle pushing that fear back down by the end of the day yesterday was nice, and the gap up morning should move this even lower below that support area. Please keep in mind that we have seen several whipsaws over the last couple weeks of trading where we gap one direction and then completely reverse it by the end of the day. Let's hope that's not the case today, but just keep that in mind that that is a possibility. Let's take a look at T21. 22. T2122, the 4-week new high, new low ratio. And you can see we're up here toward the mid-range. So we dove down here yesterday close to that bullish reversal zone. We did get that bounce, but keep in mind we're up here about in the 50-50 zone, so we don't have any real clear choices here. We do have the potential that we could move lower, and certainly the potential that we could move higher here. So we've got room on both sides, and that's all T2122 is telling us right now, that we could go either direction, and there's plenty of room to move. So with that, let's have a quick look at our economic calendar. Our economic calendar this morning, we have motor vehicle sales. They're expected to tick a little bit higher, around 17 million in annualized sales, ticking up just a little bit, showing that consumers are out there spending and having relatively strong confidence in the economy. And then factory orders come out at 10 a.m. and they're looking to just kind of stay unchanged. This is the non-durable goods report, and kind of just staying flat is what they're expecting. Also, we have Redbook today, and then kind of keep in mind that the market does close early today with the NYSE closing at 1 p.m. Eastern time today, so keep that in mind as you plan for your day. On the earnings calendar, we had, I don't know, 6 or 7 earnings reports on the list today, but none of them would be something that I would expect could move the market. I wouldn't expect any really big shakes as these earnings reports come out this morning or after the bell today. The majority are before the market. We have, I think, only one after the bell today. So keep that in mind. So folks, I want to wish you a fantastic day. I know we have some really difficult decisions to make ahead of this holiday. How are you going to go into this holiday? How much risk are you going to carry? So please plan carefully, and I hope these videos, you find them to be helpful and an unbiased look at those index charts. Everyone, I want to wish you all a fantastic day, and even a wonderful, fantastic holiday. You know, as we celebrate, I think it's our 242nd celebration of U.S. independence. So thank you to all of our veterans. Thank you to all of our folks that serve, protecting those freedoms. Tomorrow is a day to celebrate that. Celebrate all the wonderful freedom we enjoy here in the United States. And to everyone, I want to wish you all a fantastic holiday. With that, everyone, please, if this is the first time you've seen these videos, please do me a favor and click on that subscribe button on YouTube, follow me button on Facebook, click those thumbs up buttons, and please always feel free to drop a comment and share this video with any friends or family that you might think could benefit from this information. I want to wish you all that fantastic day today, great profits, and a great holiday. Everyone take care, be safe. See you right back here bright and early Thursday morning. Have a good one.